question on everyone's minds: money, money, money. Look, we know it's crucial for you to keep your production costs low. There's actually a lot more than just cost savings that come from adopting an at-home workflow. In this video, we'll be looking at all types of savings. I know you're probably looking for the exact dollar amount adopting a workflow like this would save you personally. However, the thing with production is there are a lot of different elements that come into play. So we're going to break it down into 3 different areas to show you how you can start to save. Okay, obviously this one comes first. You're trying to put together a production and keep your budget low. There's a lot of costs that go into that. So I'm going to break it down a little bit. Equipment, like what typically comes in an OB van or production truck, such as the video switcher, replay system, audio mixer, a CCU, graphics, comms equipment, as well as cameras, mics, lighting equipment. Also, you got to think about people like the director, TD, producer, graphics operator, EIC, audio engineer, replay operator. You also have to think about power requirements for the truck, transmission, and then there's travel, hotels, per diem for the crew that you have to actually travel to site. It's a lot. Now, when looking at an at-home production cost, some of what I mentioned shifts. Some of it goes entirely away. Take a look at travel, hotels, and per diem as an example. In a traditional production, you could be spending upwards of, let's say, $750 per crew member to travel to site. Depending on the size of your production or the length of the event, that cost could be anywhere between $3,000 to $10,000 per event. Now, with at-home production, you're obviously not traveling nearly the same amount of people for an event. Directors, TD, graphics, replay operators, nearly all the above-the-line talent are in the same control room for every event. There's no planes, trains, or hotels that are necessary. That right there is a real cost savings, right off the bat. As far as shifting budget, you still need to source camera operators, have cameras, mics, and lighting on site, but everything else, all that other equipment I mentioned, can remain in a central location. Building this out in a fixed location versus in a truck is significantly less expensive. Investing in your own equipment versus renting from a third-party service provider is also a huge cost savings, especially over time. While you still may need the same equipment that's in a truck, costly factors that come with managing a truck, like getting the equipment to site, faxing out some gear to make sure nothing is damaged during the travel time, even sourcing truck power or parking and internet access, all that stuff gets shifted or reduced in your budget planning. So now that you have an understanding of some of the cost savings, let's take a look at time. Preparing for a production is a time-consuming process. Planning pre-production, running a ridiculous number of cables, sourcing for power and internet for the truck, even getting any new staff in the truck familiar with the run of show. All of this is a process that can either be eliminated or significantly cut down when leveraging an at-home production workflow. Now, what do you do with this extra time? Well, you either focus on more important elements of the production, or you can use the time to be able to scale up the number of productions you can do in a given period of time. For example, going into a production, you have to designate expensive systems to sit on site. Your switcher, replay, graphics, audio, all of this is being occupied at a given location until it rolls to the next location. With at-home production, your equipment and its crew can forge ahead and produce another event in the same day that might be in an entirely different location. It's opening up more time for you to produce more events. You also have the option to fly equipment from location to location, so the available markets that you can offer production in widens. It isn't limited to how far your truck can travel to. So, more time means more events, which means more opportunity for you. Okay, this one's a little different, but it's true. With live productions, there's so much more important things to worry about other than, is the tech going to work? It does, it will, which means you should be focusing on what truly matters, the content and the production at hand. This solution will help take care of some of the stress that comes with shipping and packing equipment. Not only because you're shipping less of it, but because you might not necessarily be able to afford or deal with damage of some of your most used equipment. Now, let's talk continuity. In each of your broadcasts, there's a level of expectation of the end result, the produced product. It's especially important if you're responsible for producing an entire league's or team's season. We've all seen the score bugs that become familiar to you when you're watching a Fox Sports or NBC Sports broadcast, or an on-camera talent who you know knows the players and the league so well. It's a subconscious expectations the fans have for any sport. They want you to tell the game's story the same way each time. They may even want the video quality and the audio produced the same way. This can create a headache when you're leveraging different resources for every event, like a different director, graphics operator, audio engineer. Everyone has their own style. Oftentimes, you're even using an entirely different production company for each event. This headache is nearly completely eliminated when it comes to at-home production. Your production and the people who are involved are the same across every event, regardless of location. The end result might not be totally clear to the viewer, but they will come back more often when they know what to expect. And for whatever reason there's a problem, LiveU has one of the best support teams in the business. Our support line is open 24/7, 365, and you'll speak directly to a LiveU representative ready to solve your issue. At the end of the day, this workflow has been developed by LiveU for all the reasons I mentioned. In this new reality, cellular bonded technology is becoming more and more reliable and much more cost-effective than RF, satellite, or other alternatives. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and share it. If you want to learn more about the savings LiveU could offer you, please check out the link in the description.